Oh shit, we live. Y'all already know what's going on. The truth about black mermaids and how Hollywood stole your shit again. Let's get it in.
Yeah, yeah. Don't be stressing on the dumb shit. Cause God is gonna make a way. Just keep going and keep your faith. So you can win this race. This race called life, yeah, yeah. This race called life. This race called life, yeah, yeah. Race called life. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm grinding 'cause I know that I'm gon' get it. I just gotta have vision, keep faith and be humble. Have some patience with it. I've been A1 since day one, been always on my job. I never been a fake, never had to steal and rob. Cause I do good business, I'm too good with it. And even though I'm on this road, I'm still daddy to my children. You know I do good with them, and don't like being missing. But I hate when my bills is thicker and my pockets get thinner. But I can't stress up on the dumb shit. Cause God is gonna make a way. I keep going and keep my faith in my pace, so I can win this race. Win this race called life. This race called life. I'm just trying to win this race called life. This race called life. This race called life, yeah. Race called life. I'm just trying to win this race called life, yeah, yeah, yeah. I keep on running in this race called life, yeah, yeah. I won't come in last place in life, no. Cause I'm just trying to win this race called life. This race called life. Girl, I just gotta win this race called life. This race called life. Just gotta win this race called life.
Yo, y'all already know who it is. It's the host with the most, A1 in the building. Where I'm at, where I'm at. There my sexy ass go. There my sexy ass go. What's up, y'all? Peace to the family. Peace to the guys. Peace to the earth. Uh, peace to the everybody, man, out there, the human beings. Peace to my haters. Peace to y'all too, man. Big shout out to y'all, man. Y'all keep me going, man. I wouldn't be where I'm at without y'all, man. I need y'all. Keep free promoting and all that good shit for me, man. Today's episode, the truth about black mermaids and how Hollywood stole yo shit again. Again. This ain't the first time this shit done happened, man. One thing, I want to just use the word white people, but it's not all white people. So, if you're not guilty, don't feel offended by that. But what white people do is, they steal our shit, hope we forget about it, and then act like it's completely theirs. They did the same thing with the damn land. Um, Hold on one second. Let me make sure my sound working before I continue. Yeah, my sound working. Yep, my shit working. Okay. My sound be tweaking sometimes. I had to double check that real quick. But yeah, you see I got my surf shirt on in honor of this episode right here. You feel me? Smoking some good gas. We about to go in on this one because this shit blew me, man. When I seen the reaction from Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram about them making the Little Mermaid black, I was outraged. Um, the shit shocked me. The backlash that people were giving and how appalled they were. That we dare take our culture back and that they made the character black. The shit was crazy to me. The funny thing is Disney don't give a fuck about our culture or our heritage. They not doing it to try to pay homage to the original mermaids. They're doing it because they want the black dollar. One thing about black people is they call us liquid money. Our money only circulates like 1 to 2 times within our community, whereas other communities it circulates, 16 to 23 times before it leaves the community. The Jewish community it circulates 20 between 23 Jewish hands before a dollar leaves the community. Um, so all they're doing is trying to capitalize off black people. Again, you know what I'm saying? Walt Disney, who making this cartoon, isn't black. It's not, none of this shit is. So again, it's like Walmart selling Juneteenth shirts. You know what I'm saying? It's really just another slap in the face, and it's something that we need to pay attention to, um, and be aware of. Let me go ahead and go to the next slide real quick. Okay, word from our sponsors. You can go ahead and check out my writing journal on Amazon.com under Astro Projections Writing Journal. This is the cover, so you know what it looks like. It's only $5.99. I need y'all to go support, get one. Use this to keep track of your dreams and/or astral projections. As soon as you wake up or come out of your meditation, you could take notes and write everything down. And we are also sponsored by PVOclothingco.com. If you need gold teeth, custom clothing, t-shirts, go support the brand, PVOclothingco.com. Again, this is my company as well. I'm a master, a jack of all trades, master of none. So, but yeah, just showing you some of the work that I've done on the gold teeth side. I think I've done over 100 grills. We have crystals for sale, crystal jewelry, t-shirts, you name it, we can get it done for you here at pvoclothingco.com. Don't be scared to go ahead and check that website out right now. Support the brand, man. Support. And I'm forgetting my dude shit. Lycos, the Metal Wolf, Ashes of the Congo on Amazon.com. It's a black comic book, black author with on a black publishing company. I need y'all to go check that out. And I am going to bring that up before I exit this show because supporting each other is very important. It's something that we definitely need to do. My peoples didn't even ask me to start pumping his comic. It's just something that I took upon myself. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, whoever's mad Ariel is black doesn't know the history of mermaids. Okay. So this is my opening slide for y'all. Let me see what y'all see. Oh, I'm still on the screen. Okay. Whoever's mad Ariel is black doesn't know the history of mermaids. We about to go over the history of mermaids, man, because y'all don't own this shit either. The same way y'all don't own the land that y'all keep trying to claim as yours. Y'all keep taking our shit and trying to act like y'all had it first. And you know, I'm tired of this shit, man. I'm really tired of this shit. This right here is an article from Face to Face Africa. Okay, Mami Wata, the most celebrated mermaid like deity from Africa who crossed over to the West. Okay, and this article is from 2018, actually, just so that way nobody thinks like they just dropped this in response to the outlash. Like this knowledge has been out there. Um, we're gonna go into some of this article. We're gonna go into some Wikipedia. We're gonna go into a few other water deities slash mermaids that are out there from Africa, and how there's no way that mermaids were European ever. Um, again, it's just something that they whitewashed and trying to take claim and ownership over it. It's just crazy. Over here to the right, I have a clip of Mami Watsa. She's holding a snake over here. Now, this is from Wikipedia. It says African soldiers recognize the iconography of the water deity Mami Wata in the 1880s. Now this is a poster. I can't pronounce the name of it, by Adolf Friendlander Company in Hamburg, and carried it worldwide, giving rise to the common image of the deity in Africa and in the African diaspora. Okay, now here are the different cultures that Mami Wata is venerated in. So we can't act like it's a mystery or like maybe they overlooked this shit. You feel me? Western African voodoo, Haitian voodoo, folk Catholicism, and folk Catholicism. I should have clicked that and actually looked into that. I think that that is um, like voodoo mixed with Catholicism. How we had to hide our ancient African deities behind saint worship. Um, then you have the Yoruba religion, who also venerated Mami Wata, Louisiana voodoo, and Odinani. So there's no way that these people looked this over. There's no way Walt Disney didn't know that the first mermaid was black. Um, and I'm gonna show more evidence of that today. Again, this is just something else that they stole, whitewashing, trying to take ownership over. And I'm not letting it happen. I'm tired of this shit for real. It's 2022, man. Like this shit's over with, man. Babylon is falling. Y'all about to stop acting like y'all own everything. Um, it's a new day, man. Age of Aquarius is here, man. Age of motherfucking Aquarius is here. Let me see what y'all see. Okay, Mami Wata. Let's go to this. The appearance of her hair ranges from straight, curly to kinky black and comb straight black. Most scholarly sources suggest the name Mami Wata is a Pidgin English derivation of Mother Water, reflecting the goddess's title, Mother of Water or Grandmother of Water. Okay, here's the important part. I'm gonna skip down two more paragraphs. Mami Wata is often described as a mermaid-like figure. Okay, so let's get that understood right now. You know what I'm saying? The first mermaid-like figure was her, with a woman's upper body often nude and the hindquarters of a fish or serpent. In other tales, Mama Wata is fully human in appearance. Hey, peace, peace, peace. What's up with y'all? What's up with y'all? All right, where was I at? Where was I at? Them comments distracted me. Let me focus. I was right here. The existence. Like fish. Mami Wata is fully human in appearance, though never human. The existence and spiritual importance of Mami Wata is deeply rooted in the ancient tradition and mythology of the coastal southeastern Nigerians. Efik, Igbo, I can't pronounce this one, Ibibo, I'm butchering these terms, and two other tribes in Africa, all venerated Mami Wata. Mami Wata often carries expensive baubles such as combs, mirrors, and watches. A large snake, which you see here in this statue figure of her over to the right, that's a symbol of divination and divinity, frequently accompanies her, wrapping itself around her and laying its head between her breasts. Oftentimes, she may try to pass as completely human, wandering busy markets or patronizing bars. She may also manifest in a number of other forms, including as a man. Okay, this is just to show you how long she's been around. You know, she's been around before any of these modern religions. Definitely before Walt Disney came out. You know what I'm saying? Trying to whitewash the image of you know mermaids. The shit's crazy, man. It's funny how they literally have stolen everything from us, man. Stolen everything from us, and then get mad when we try to claim it back. You know, Mami Wata is a black mermaid from African mythology. Stop stealing, then trying to act like it's yours. And I'm that's why I'm here today, man. I'm tired of this shit, man. Definitely tired of this shit. And if you didn't know about Mami Wata, you know now. You can't unsee what you just saw. You feel me? Like my man Jamar Milton say, you can't unhear what you just heard. You feel me? Now here are some more images of Mami Wata, some mermaid art, and as you see, she's definitely depicted as a melanated female. Here she is again holding that symbol of divinity, of the divine, the snake, which is something that's prevalent through all African mythology. Um, let's keep it moving. Still on Mami Wata on Wikipedia. If you go underwater, it says traditions on both sides of the Atlantic tell of the spirit abducting her followers or random people whilst they are swimming or boating. She brings them to her paradise. I'm high, man. Just bear with me. She brings them to her world, which may be underwater, in the spirit world, or both. Should she allow them to leave, the travelers usually return in dry clothing and with a new spiritual understanding reflected in their gaze. These returnees often grow wealthier, more attractive, and more easygoing after the encounter. Um, so yeah, just like the mythology is that while you're boating, swimming, or kicking it in the water, these water deities will visit you. Um, she'll take you to her realm, which is usually underwater, give you a spiritual awakening, and send you back. Um, and this is common throughout different. What's the word I want to use? Throughout different mythologies on the continent of Africa. It's funny that yeah, jealousy. That's definitely what it is. Motherfuckers are jealous. They jealous that we the original man, we original people. They want to whitewash our whole history, tell us they was here first. Start our shit from slavery. Ooh, we Ava Bay in the building. What's up with you? I ain't seen you in a minute. Hit my line after this. But yeah, jealousy, definitely, man. Jealousy that's the root of all evil, not money. Jealousy and envy. A jealous motherfucker kill you quicker than a broke motherfucker, man. You feel me? Here to resonate and learn. Yep. If you just tapped in, I'm going over the African deity. Let me show you who I'm going over right now and get right back into it. I'm going over the African deity Mami Wata. Mami Wata is a West African voodoo, Haitian voodoo, Yoruba religion, and also Louisiana voodoo water deity. She's been around since we've been around, which was before white people. So we already know how old this mythology is. Even on Wikipedia, it tells you. You know what I'm saying? So for anybody to act like mermaids was ever white, this shit is crazy. It wasn't white until Walt Disney. You know what I'm saying? Made a whole cartoon about the Caribbean. You got to remember, the crab got a Jamaican accent. You feel me? He's not white either. You know what? Accent doesn't give you a color, so I can't say because you have a Jamaican accent, you're not white. I'm sure there are white people who live in the Caribbean, but if we're staying true to, we just got to be real, man. Come on. That everybody in that cartoon was black. The crab, the king, Ariel, all of that. And one thing that I don't like about the cartoon, The Little Mermaid, and I said this like 4 years ago when I was watching it with my daughter. I was doing a single dad thing for like almost 5 years. What they're preaching is, and this is prevalent in a lot of Disney cartoons, what they'll do is they're brainwashing the kids to want to ignore what the parents are telling them and leave home. If you pay attention to the Little Mermaid story, her dad's telling her, hey, don't venture outside of the kingdom. It's not safe. What does she do? Fuck you, dad. We're about to go kick it. What happens? They have a bunch of fun, go through an adventure. They end up being safe, but we're putting these images and ideas in our kids' heads, and we're wondering why, when they hit adolescence, they don't want to listen to us anymore. You know what I'm saying? Why they running the streets like they wild, sneaking out of windows and shit like that. And I think it's cartoons like the Little Mermaid. You know what I'm saying? That's putting these subliminal messages in their head. The whole Little Mermaid, I was pissed. Like, why is she not listening to her dad? And I used to tell my daughter, like, baby, don't be like her. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit crazy, though. Let's get back into this right here. In Nigeria, devotees typically wear red and white clothing as the other colors represent that particular mommy's dual nature. In Igbo iconography, red represents such qualities as death, destruction, heat, being male physically, and power. So she's a water deity in Nigeria, in the Igbo tribe, in the Yoruba tribe. You know what I'm saying? She's famous out here. That's my point. My whole point is she's famous. And the fact that if you haven't heard of her, you need to get from under that rock that you sleeping under and tap into your culture. You know what I'm saying? Tap into your roots. You know what I'm saying? And start learning some African history. Go back real quick. Start learning some motherfucking African history. Okay, origins and development. It is believed that all of ancient Africa possessed a multitude of water spirit traditions before the first contact with Europeans. Most of these were regarded as female. Dual natures of good and evil were not uncommon. And it's funny when I try to tell people that they all have good and evil in them, that you have like an angel on one shoulder and a devil on one shoulder, that is duality. That's what makes up the whole universe. The whole universe runs off of duality. You don't have light without dark. You don't have good without bad. You don't have wet without dry. You don't have hot without cold. Everything in this realm runs off of duality. Okay? You're not going to get rid of evil. Without evil, what would the good be? You feel me? And without good, what is evil? You got to think about this. You need one to balance the other. You need one to put the other one in perspective. You see what I'm saying? So that's why duality is important on this realm. And it's once you start to understand that, you understand the way that this whole system works. You feel me? Let's get back to what I was saying over here. And this one gonna be a quick episode. This one ain't gonna be too long. I got something to do real quick. It is believed. Where was I at? I be getting sidetracked. Okay, most of these were regarded as female. Dual natures of good and evil were not uncommon, reflecting the fact that water is an important means of providing communication, food, drink, trade, and transportation, but it can also drown people. So that's the duality of water. The same water that you need to stay hydrated is the same water, enough, too much of it to kill you. You know, everything in balance. We want just enough. You know what I'm saying? We just want to stay hydrated. If you drink too much water, you will fucking drown for real. So the same thing that saves your life is the same can be the same thing that kill you. The same fire that keeps you warm in the winter burn your whole house down. This is duality in the micro form. So okay, and these were principles that were prevalent in all African mythology. Everything has duality. Even when you see the picture of Shiva or Baphomet, Baphomet has the five-pointed star, the goat horns, and they say he's the Satan. He's like a Satanist representation of a deity. Even he has breasts to show the duality, to show the masculine and the feminine. And these are the two energies that run this realm. You got to remember. The negative is the feminine and the positive is the masculine. Don't quote me on that one. It might be vice versa, but you get what I'm trying to say. So without masculine and feminine, we don't have anything. You can even a battery. Think about a battery. You know what I'm saying? Duracell. A battery's full of cells, right? Charged up. It has a negative and it has a positive. You know what I'm saying? Without the negative and the positive, nothing works on this realm. Let's keep it moving. With that being said, where was I at? In fact, Mami Wata is a common name for this. Ooh, let me go back a little bit. Too much can drown people, floods, fields, or villages, and provide passages to intruders. Van Striparian suggests that she may be based on the West African manti, which is an idea that has been proposed by scientists of the Ghanaian Council for Scientific and Industrial Research. So even in Ghana, she's a damn African deity. I mean, even in Ghana, she's a water deity. Just to show you that there's no way that these people missed this. You know what I'm saying? They stole our shit and they put it back in our face like they do everything else. And when we become the wiser, we're the ones in the wrong. When we do our homework and become the wiser about what's going on, you know what I'm saying? They try to chastise us like we tripping. Like, no, y'all tripping, man. Y'all not about to do this again. Y'all not doing it again. And I'm on y'all heels every time y'all try to steal our shit and put it back in our face like it's y'all shit. I'm on y'all heels, man. I'm not letting up. I'm not letting up, man. 2022, man. I'm on y'all heels with this shit. Okay, I'm about to skip past all of this. I just wanted to show you how many different places that Mami Wata is a known deity and that people pay homage to her and venerate her. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, why is my mouse acting funny? All right, let me switch my screen. I hate when my mouse do this shit. My mouse acting funny, y'all. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I always got some weird ass technical difficulties. If it ain't my sound acting crazy, okay, let me try something. Hold on. I think if I minimize this screen, there we go. Now I'm back. Now I'm back. I want to read this last paragraph on this page for y'all, okay? It says this image, an enticing woman with long black hair and a large snake slithering up between her breasts, ambiguous if she is human or mermaid, beyond the image, apparently caught the imaginations of the Africans who saw it. It was the definitive image of the spirit. Before long, Mami Wata posters appeared in over a dozen countries, and the popular image was reproduced in 1955 by the Shri Ram Calendar Company in Bombay for the African market. People began creating Mama Wata art on their own, much of which is influenced by the lithograph. And it's funny because I remember images of Mami Wata in my grandma's house, man. My grandma was on that African shit, man. She only fucked with niggas straight off the boat with a who wore dashikis and had a thick ass accent. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who know my family already know. Um, they called her Queen Rose because she was so big. You know, in Africa she would have been a queen. I got her tatted on my neck. You know, so it's just I've been hip to this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny, I forgot a lot of it, and it wasn't until after she passed that I started reintroducing myself to my own culture. Um, I don't know if she was up there looking down on me like, hey, I need you to tap in. You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely tapped in, and I'm grateful for all the seeds that she planted along the way. You feel me? And if you're still in here, please smash that like button, hit that share button so that way we can get the algorithm tweaking. You feel me? Now I'm about to show you right here how Starbucks coffee also stole this shit too. Like this shit didn't just start with I think it did start with Disney. I'm not sure if Starbucks was the second person to do it, but they both some thieves. As you see here, the Starbucks logo is taken from the black goddess Yamaya, black history you didn't learn in school. And you see her as depicted as a mermaid who is splitting her two fins. Okay? Let me go back. Starbucks has also stolen the image of a black mermaid from African mythology for their brand. Okay? And when you type the name in Yamaya on Google, it's going to bring you to this. It switched the Y for a J, which is cool. Um, we've seen this happen before throughout history when they try to say Yahshua and then Jesus. So that's neither here nor there though. Nothing to focus on right now. But let's get into this. Yamanja, I'm gonna say Yamaya, Yamoja. Okay, in Yoruba they pronounce it Yamoja. There are many different translations in other languages. Okay, Yamoja is a major water spirit from the Yoruba region. She is the mother of all Orishas. She is an Orisha, in this case, patron spirit of rivers, particularly the Ogun River in Nigeria and oceans in Cuba and Brazilian Orisha religions. She is often syncretized with either Our Lady of Regalia in the African Cuban diaspora or various other Virgin Mary figures in the Catholic Church. So, if you were paying attention earlier, I told you that we had to hide the practice of our African deities through, we used to hide our saints, excuse me, we used to hide our deities behind the names of Catholic saints. So that way people wouldn't know what we were practicing. We had to really go under. That's why they call it a cult, occult science and shit. Occult really means the hidden. We had to hide this shit for fear of being deemed witches, for simply practicing our culture. It's crazy. If we practice our own culture, they were liable to kill us, hang us, all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And now we can practice our culture for free, and you motherfuckers won't do it to save y'all lives. This shit's crazy. Okay, let me keep it moving. She is often syncretized with either Our Lady of Regalia in the African Cuban diaspora or various other Virgin Mary figures of the Catholic Church, a practice that emerged during the era of transatlantic slave trade. Yemanja is said to be the motherly and strongly protective. Yemaya is said to be motherly and strongly protective, and to care deeply for all her children, comforting them and cleansing them of sorrow. She is said to be able to cure infertility in women, and Crowley shells represent her wealth. She does not easily lose her temper, but when angered, she can be quite destructive and violent, as the flood waters of turbulent rivers. Yamaya is often depicted as a mermaid and is associated with the moon in some dysphoria communities, water and the feminine mysteries. She is the protector of women. She governs everything pertaining to women, parenting, child safety, love, and healing. According to the myth, when her waters broke, it caused a great flood, creating rivers and streams, and the first mortal humans were created from her womb. So, we already had this before Little Mermaid, before Ariel, before Walt Disney, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So don't let these people get you off your square. Don't let these people upset you. Don't let them trigger you with this whole Little Mermaid supposed to be white shit. Man, the mermaids ain't never been white until the 20th century, until motion pictures came around, okay? Mermaids ain't never been white. So we got motherfucking Starbucks guilty of stealing. What's up? What's up? It's been a while. It's been a while since I was live. You're absolutely right. They had me on that 30-day YouTube strike. And then when I got off of that, man, I was just working so many 12-hour shifts. I was doing 12-hour shifts, third shift, like 6 days a week. So y'all didn't see too much of me for like a month and a half, but I'm back, baby. Back in full effect, with the knowledge. And if you miss what I'm going over how Hollywood stole our shit again, you know. Not only Hollywood, as you see right here, we got Starbucks coffee still in the image of an African deity, putting it right in our face again, capitalizing off of us. Um, you know, and these same people that sit here and try to act like mermaids have been Caucasian forever. This shit's funny. This shit's funny, man. Um, but again, I'm on y'all heels, man. I'm not about to let these people keep stealing our shit, pretending like it's theirs, and then being outraged when we try to claim our shit back. You know what I'm saying? We coming back for our African deities that y'all keep using, and we coming for the land next. Damn it, we coming for the motherfucking land next. I'm not playing no games. All right, let me keep it moving though, man. Let me not get all turned up and shit. Serious as fuck though, man. All right, and this right here, the whitewashing of mermaids reminds me of the whitewashing of another person. How did Jesus become white? This is a good question. Why is Jesus depicted as white? The earliest depictions of Jesus show him with a dark complexion, but the Romans didn't exactly want to glorify an oppressed minority. So this is when, they started painting pictures of Caesar Borgia and making that, the face of Christianity. Um, another time when they do it, we got the gods of Egypt right here. This shit's funny, because they do shit like this and then they get mad when we're trying to be accurate about mermaids being black. They do shit like this, put it in our face. We can't say nothing about nothing. In Jamaica, she's River Mama. Thank you for dropping that, because I didn't see nothing about Jamaica and all of that Wikipedia stuff I was reading. So I'm definitely about to look that up and just, see what information pertaining to Jamaica pops up with River Mama. You be on your shit. People refuse to self-educate, and that's what we have to do. We actually have to unlearn everything they already taught us, and start anew. I was just explaining this shit to my baby yesterday or 2 days ago. I was telling her, it's funny because I don't go too much into the religion shit with her. I know her mom takes her to church. I don't want to create too much confusion, but I've already planted enough seeds where when she get older, she not about to be into that shit. You know what I'm saying? I've already given her a foundation of the holidays, how they're bogus. I've given her a foundation of the theft of the land and colonization. So when she gets older, she's gonna tie colonization and religion together. Like there's no way that you can't if you're, not drinking the tap water. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. She do be drinking that motherfucking tap water. I'm about to have to Instacart her some motherfucking fruit and water this week, man. For real, man. But anyway, yeah, we definitely have to self-educate and unlearn all the bullshit they taught us. I was just going over with my baby how Christopher Columbus didn't discover shit, how he was a motherfucking pirate doing reconnaissance to try to steal land, for the Spaniards. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't out here just wandering around trying to see what he can discover. No, they sent him here because they knew this territory was already here. They said, go scout the land, send word back if shit popping, and we gonna be through. You know what I'm saying? Um, we need to stop acting like he discovered a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Because they didn't. And with that being said, I want to play this clip right here because since we're talking about the whitewashing, government owns the lands, not us. Try not paying your property taxes for a couple of years. Very true. You look up secure party creditor because there is a way around that. There is remedy if you understand the system, but you have to execute in knowledge. You can't just not pay your taxes. You actually have to file your secure party creditor forms, take control of your straw man, and go from there. I'm going to do some podcasts on that in the future. Probably not within the next 30 days, though. Um, it's a method that I use when I go to court to get my shit dismissed. If there's no damaged property or injured party, I use this same remedy to go ahead and get all my shit thrown out. But I'm about to play this video right here. We got a little young Pharaoh in the building. We got young Pharaoh in the building going in about, if Jesus was white, how could he
Not
survive
for
in
me, but for
Egypt?
the average person, is
Or how could any of these gods of Egypt be in Egypt or in Africa if they were actually Caucasians?
for
Um,
them to prove origin has
yeah,
not
let's go
been
into that.
factually proven in the realm of actual science or history. So the reason that I say that is because it is difficult.
Let me pause this real quick. I'm gonna pause this to respond to Diane. Diane, you're absolutely right. Once you do the secure party creditor thing, you can't collect Social Security. They also can't take Social Security from you. We have to realize that we're not collecting anything but what they've already taken from us without our permission. Okay, the same thing with taxes. You're not going to collect a tax refund either, but they're also not going to take the taxes out of your check without permission. Every dollar that you earn, you keep. Um, they're not allowed to tax you. Tax is literally extortion. This is nothing more, nothing less. So once we recognize it for what it is, you know what I'm saying? There's a remedy. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You don't get any government benefits, but they also don't take your money in the form of tax. So, you can take that out every month and put it in a savings if you would like, and have your own social security fund. So, and yeah, and there are various reasons why certain people will want to stay within the system and work within the matrix. I'm not knocking anybody for where they're at today. This isn't that type of episode. You may catch me doing that on my Facebook post, but here I'm just dropping knowledge. And to each their own today. And congratulations on that. What state are you a real estate agent in? Just curious. Ooh, we Ava Bay. I don't know why I like that name so much. That name fire. Okay, back to Pharaoh though. Back to Pharaoh. Because he about to go
Not
in
for
there.
me, but for the average person, it's difficult for them to prove origins of the stories because the stories are completely from somebody's own, discernment and opinion. It's not from an actual point of reference. So I just want to make that clear as I get ready to expound upon this point. And if y'all give me 2 seconds, I'm transferring my USB back into my desktop because I want to put a image back up. But as I wait for that to load, when we dealing with biblical genealogy, right?
Yeah.
Noah comes from the Caucasus Mountains. The Torah, the Bible, the Quran all agree that when after the flood, right, the boat.
That's definitely YP. The reason I'm playing this was because I showed this slide of the guys of Egypt, and he's about to go into how
in Mount Ararat.
It's pretty much physically impossible for these motherfuckers to be living out there as Caucasians. Israel has the second highest rate for skin cancer in the world. You know what I'm saying? So if these people were actually native to that land, they would be dying left and right. I'm gonna let him go ahead and break the shit down.
Which is the Caucasus Mountains. So now the issue that I'm having with accepting Jews, black or white, claiming that they come from Israel is because in order to establish political legitimacy or monarchy, you have to establish that you are native to the land or that you are descendants of those who were native to the land.
Sure.
And if anybody is claiming that they're a descendant of Noah, they are claiming that they are descendants of the Caucasus Mountains. And so here's the issue that I'm having. Scientifically, according to the Australian Research Center for Ancient DNA, we can prove that white people, Caucasoid people, because even if you don't identify as white, the term Jew is not a genealogical description. You can't genealogically be a Jew. There's only 4 phenotypes: Dravidian, Caucasoid, Mongoloid, which is Asians and Koreans and all of them. And then there's Negroid, which is me and Africans. So Jews, whether you Ashkenazi, Khazarian, or whatever other terminology, y'all all fall genetically in the category of Caucasoid. And Caucasoids, according to not only history, but biblical history as well, descend from the Caucasus Mountains. So we have to ask our...
I want to pause that real quick because what he just broke down was that there is no phenotype for a Jew. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that people are making up. All you have is Dravidian, Caucasoid, Mongoloid, and what's the one for Africans? But what he said is that this whole Jewish shit is made up. It's not a race. You can't genealogically be a Jewish person. You know? I'm sure you gonna send it to me in a little bit, Iva. Send me whatever you want me to see. You know, anything you shoot to me, I check out. So, you know, if you got some news about them, something I need to know, you know, feel free. You can even drop it in the comments and I'll put it on the screen so everybody can catch up. But, you know, I'm not really I'm not supporting him. I don't put these people on a pedestal. I get the information, I get in and I get out. You know what I'm saying? You may even see me put some Brother Polite on here one day. You know, I'm not going to be promoting him, but I may be trying to use him to make a point. And again, I've heard stuff like, you know, Pharaoh's an agent and this, that, to the third. You know, that's neither here nor there. Again, I just want to make this point today, but he is famous. I'm going to put him in the title. Let's see what my views do. You feel
ourselves. If we were here first as black people and we know this to be fact, how with the Middle East being an extension of Africa, our Caucasoids claiming that they are native to a land that not only they were never there, they were there and inhabited it after us. And so here's my thing, right? As I continue to go down, because I want to make sure I touch on every point. You brought up Jacob, right? Now, we know that there were no J's back then. And people say that there were Y's. Now, I disagree with that as well. But staying on that notion, Jacob would be Jacob, which people would say is Yakub. And on that notion, Jacob would be Jacob, which people would say is Yakub.
Yeah.
Now, Yakub in Hebrew literally means subplanter. And the reason that that's critical and the reason that that's important as I get ready to share my screen right now. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can do it. I'm gonna see, since I'm still tapped in on my laptop, I'm gonna share it like this. So I'm gonna bring my other one up, and then I'm gonna hit screen share, and I'm gonna just pause. So let me come back in. And as I was saying, the reason that knowing the definition is important of Yakub is because, once again, the Bible, monotheism is an entity used by Freemasons in order to communicate with one another. And as I bring this slide up right now, I'm going to show you what they're talking about. Okay, so when we talk about subplanting, right? To supplant, they're talking about genetic engineering. Now, why is this important? I'm not being racist. Let me pull up the damn article. This right here is from Molecular Biology and Evolution. And this clearly states that if you are not a descendant, it says if your heritage is non-African, you are part Neanderthal. Now, the number specifically is you are 93% human and 7% Neanderthal. Caucasians come from Dravidians. So when we talk about white people coming from albinos, here's the problem. They don't come from African albinos, or Caucasoids, I should say. Don't come from African albinos. This man over here on the left is an African albino. You can clearly still see he's an African. This man right here, which kind of looks like you but has blonde hair, comes from this albino Dravidian. So everybody just looking at this picture would think that this is a white man. This is not a white man. This is an albino Dravidian. So basically, everybody knows who Dr. Shiva is. This is Dr. Shiva if he was an albino. Now, I'm going to tell you why that's important. When we're dealing with science, we know from basic science 101, two separate species cannot sexually reproduce, or they're called hybrids. So we coming back to Jacob, aka Jacob, which is a Hebrew word for subplant. And there's a story, and I'm going by, your history. There's a story where they say Yakub engineered a species of people on the island of Patmos. And Yakub is a term for a subplanter, and Patmos is not only an actual island, it's a Freemasonic lodge called the Island of Patmos. So white Freemasons, specifically Jews, do acknowledge that they have genetically engineered origin. And so this once again raises my issue with accepting Judaism, because not only do Caucasoid Jews have an inability to prove that they were somewhere first, they have an inability to prove where they were, period. Because if we deal with the terminology, right, before I go to, and let me check this off so I don't double talk. If we deal with the terminology, right, I'm gonna just deal with Ashkenazi and Khazarian. Okay. Khazar by definition means a wanderer. So there is no Khazarian Jew on the planet who can claim Israel when, even by the etymological roots of their word, they call themselves wanderers. Now, Ashkenazi is Ashkenazi. Now, Ashka means beloved, and then you have Nazi. And Nazi is the combination of the word national and socialism. So the word Ashkenazi means to beloved national socialism. So you have one handful of Jews over here who don't have a land by decree of their own title. Then you got another handful of European converted Jews who are secretly Zionist Nazis by etymological terminology. So once again, the Judaic religion is a Masonic falsified history used to falsely establish political legitimacy where there is none. Now, I want to keep going down on your points, because we talked about the term, or you brought up the term Semitic, which comes from Shem and things like that. Now, the Torah, since we're dealing with the Torah, but monotheism as a whole is racist, and it promotes racism. Why do I say that? Because in the Torah, in the Bible, and in the Quran, they all specifically state that the descendants of Ham, which are black people according to biblical history, are to be the slaves and servants of Shem, which are Caucasoids, because Arabs.
Let me pause this real quick. And this is exactly why I say that book isn't for us. If you subscribe to that book or that religion, it says that it was God's will for us to be slaves. You know what I'm saying? What That's psychologically damaging, if you ask me. To think that the Creator deemed you to be a slave and that's supposed to be your life. Like, no, I'm not buying that. And that's the reason why a lot of black folks are so passive about the shit. You know, they think that it's God's will, you know, and we were suffering for stuff that our ancestors was doing. Like, the shit's crazy. It's bogus. Let me go ahead and let this finish though.
Which are black people, according to biblical history, are to be the slaves and servants of Shem, which are Caucasoids, because Arabs are also considered Caucasoids. So the Bible, the Torah, and the Quran says that we're not only your slaves, you guys have a term for us that you call non-Jews, which is goy.
And this is why I be going so hard on all three of these damn religions, because no matter which book you pick up, the Torah, the New Testament, or the Quran, it says that, you know, we were destined to be the slaves of Caucasians. So that's why the people, the 1%, the elite, don't care which religion you pick, you know. Just pick one. Hurry up and pick one, because no matter which one you pick, you're giving all of your power to them as being God's chosen people. And being destined slaves. So I'm gonna let this finish.
So another issue that I'm having with the Jewish
It's only like 2 more minutes on this
community is when we speak on the Jewish community, non-Jews, which is goyim. So another issue that I'm having with the Jewish community is when we speak on the Jewish community and we call them out for terroristic behavior. Even in the doctrine, if anything promoting slavery is terroristic, they reply with being anti-Semitic. But if I was a religious entity, I could flip that and say you're anti-Hamite, because the Bible says, and the Quran says, and the Torah says that we are the slaves of the descendants of Shem, and you guys actually call us goyim. And when you read the Torah, which I have, it says that through the judicial system, hence Jew, that you can rob a goyim. That basically, if a Jew is the plaintiff, and if the Jew is the plaintiff and the goyim is the defendant, that the Jew shall always win. And I will pull the verse up if you need to see it. And so, with that being said, not only is Judaism a non-established belief system, it's extremely racist, and it definitely promotes slavery. Now, as I continue to go down, right?
Facts.
Jacob wrestling with God, and you brought up the Bible, so I'll bring it up. In the Bible, Jesus says, "Nobody has ever seen or heard my Father." That's an actual quote. So, if in the Bible Jesus says nobody has ever seen or heard my Father, how the hell could Jacob wrestle with God? And also, how did God speak to Moses if nobody ever heard or seen God? And then here's my question. Not only do
he be so on point, I'll be wanting to be like, preach, but that's like that's still some church shit. That's the church still in me that want to say that shit. But preach, nigga, preach, because he dropping facts. The rabbi can't do nothing but smile because he know he on point. And if anybody wants to look this video up, you can type this in on Facebook. It's called 3 Hours of Pressure, because this was really a 3-hour debate with them two back and forth. And he, which was for all the whole 3 hours, it was nothing but pressure. You feel me? The rabbi didn't have no answers for this guy at all. I'm gonna go ahead and finish.
And then here's my question. Not only do we have to prove, okay, because if Israel is the original land of Caucasoid Jews, and it's an extension of Africa, why, if Jews are naturally from Israel, why is Israel the second largest? Why does Israel the second worst nation in the world involving sun cancer? Because if y'all were naturally supposed to be over there, it wouldn't have sun cancer at a level that high to where it's literally the second worst in the whole world. There is no nation in the world outside of the top, I mean, within the top 3 nations in the world suffering from sun cancer, Israel is number 2. So there's no way that you can naturally prove you're original to this land, even if we take the Bible out of it, if we take the Torah out of it, if we take the Quran out of it, you can't even live over there. And so continuing on, right, as I go down, right,
which goes to make my whole point. Where is it at? It's right here. Which makes my whole point. These motherfuckers couldn't have even lived in Israel. They couldn't have been the guys of Egypt. Skin cancer there is the second highest in the world. You feel me? They don't have melanin to protect their cells from the UV rays. So shit like this be a slap in the face, and they know that they can get away with this shit because they literally stolen our whole history from us and hidden it. So when we see shit like this, all we can do is accept it. Without the proper knowledge of self and knowledge of our ancestors, all we can do is accept bullshit like this. And then listen to them complain about us making a Little Mermaid black. When I just showed you, mermaids have always been black. They haven't been white until the 20th century, until film. You feel me? There wasn't a white mermaid until Walt Disney, fam. So the shit's sad. I think it's about 30 more seconds left on this video. I'm gonna let it finish out. And again, you can look this up on Facebook.
As I go down, right?
In 3 hours of pressure in the search, and this YP video is gonna come up with him debating the rabbi.
I want to ask this question. When we dealing with the Exodus, which means by definition a mass departure, right? This story says that 600,000 white people, according to Caucasoid Jews, because I know you wouldn't consider yourself white, so I'm going to say Caucasoid because I'm dealing with phenotypes. According to Caucasoids, 600,000 Caucasoids migrated out of Egypt and then wandered the desert for 40 years. Now, any Caucasoid person watching this, I'm not attacking you, but let's just be clear here. You couldn't live in the Sahara Desert for 40 days. Let's just be honest here. So you want us to believe that 600,000 Caucasoids left Egypt and then wandered the desert for 40 years?
Every one of them Caucasoids will have cancer. Every single one of them. So it's impossible.
And made it to Israel and established a nation. Meanwhile, you can't even go to the beach right now without getting sun cancer. So for one, that is scientifically an impossible story. Now, when we dealing with
scientifically an impossible story, okay? Again, they've stolen our shit, putting their stamp on it, and tried to feed us a watered down rendition of our own shit. And it's something, it's a reoccurring theme with Caucasians, honestly. And every Caucasian isn't guilty of this, but the people running Hollywood definitely are, and there's a lot of brainwashed people who are going along with this shit to the point where they're on social media arguing about and upset that the Little Mermaid is now black, when mermaids have always been black throughout history. You feel me? Even the Starbucks logo is depicting a black deity, a mermaid, a black water deity. You feel me? Like, I can't make this shit up for y'all. The shit's funny as fuck. That's why I'm just been sitting. I haven't commented on one of these posts. I'm just sitting there laughing, watching people expose themselves, expose their hand, and let me know that they don't have any knowledge of history. I don't see too many black folks online even rebuttaling the people with this shit. You feel me? They should be rebuttaling the people talking about the Little Mermaid should be white with pictures of the goddess Yamaya or, Mama Wata, the Yoruba deity. That'll kill all that noise in 2.2 seconds. You feel me? That'll kill all that noise in 2.2 seconds. Y'all can't argue with this. You feel me? That's why I do podcasts like this, because I'm tired of going back and forth with people on posts, on social media, going back and forth with people who don't even read what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to chop a couple clips of this shit up and drop these clips anytime I see somebody talking about the Little Mermaid should be white. You feel me? And that's going to save me a lot of time. So I don't have to keep typing all this shit out and doing all this weird shit with y'all. Let's see what's going on down here. He definitely isn't lost for words. That was funny. Someone on YouTube just did bloodlines on Hollywood. Wow. Hey, please send me that video. I'm not sure if you're following me on Instagram or TikTok. If you look at the bottom of the screen right now, though, it gives you my handle. It's at Astro Projections 369. Please shoot me a link to any of that because I'm gonna definitely check that out. Yeah, a lot don't know. And Christianity call mermaids marine demons. Yep, anything that ain't Jesus is a demon. You feel me? I'm surprised they don't do the same shit with Old Man Winter. They don't act like Old Man Winter is a fucking demon. But that's no different than Shu, the air deity of Egypt. You feel me? We didn't think that the air deity was a god. These were principles of nature that we personified. And then people try to act like we had a million different gods in Egypt or in Africa. We didn't. We didn't. These were all aspects that create the one. You feel me? And I keep trying to reiterate this shit and explain this shit over and over, and it's like this shit just over some people's heads. But again, everybody ain't supposed to get this shit. You feel me? Everybody isn't supposed to be. Everybody ain't a king. Everybody ain't got king DNA in their blood. Some of y'all niggas was meant to be workers and servants. Some of y'all wasn't meant to get the 7 levels of understanding of these spiritual sciences. To take this shit literal is the lowest understanding of reading the Torah, the Quran, or the New Testament. You got to remember, all these books were sealed with 7 seals. There's 7 levels of interpretation. If y'all want to be stuck on taking this shit literal and Jesus is God and all of that shit, cool. Just understand you on the lowest level of interpretation. And you need to raise your vibration, stop drinking that tap water, and catch up. You feel me? Catch up. And anytime you see these people talking about the Little Mermaid should be white, just Google Mami Wata and start dropping pictures of her. Or Google the Starbucks logo. You feel me? Hold on, let me switch my screen. Google the Starbucks logo and show them that this is the goddess Yamaya. You feel me? And that's gonna kill all that noise, man. Tell them kill that noise. Or you can just link them straight to my whole little podcast. You feel me? My mouth bad today. I got a foul mouth today. I apologize. I've been trying to keep it, PG-13 because a lot of parents be watching my podcast with their kids. So I don't want to deter them from putting it on and spreading this knowledge to the youth. So I really been trying to hold back on my cussing. I'm not gonna hold back on my principles and the ideologies that I represent, but some of this we can't keep sugarcoating this shit for y'all. That's one thing I'm not here to do. For the youth, for nobody. I don't sugarcoat it for my 9-year-old. I'm not about to sugarcoat it for y'all, okay? I'm not about to sugarcoat it for y'all. But I do apologize. My mouth was foul a little bit today. I can't even, I'm trying to think back to what I might have said, but I can't think of that. But yeah, again, Hollywood stole our shit, put it right in our motherfucking face, and is trying to act like it's theirs again. You know what I'm saying? And the shit it's absurd. It's outlandish. Everybody should be upset. You know, all religions are man-made, like Diane said. And that's the show for today, man. This one was real short and sweet. How long I've been on here? They don't even tell me how long I've been live. Let me check on my phone. I like my podcast to at least be like an hour long, but you know what I'm saying? If you in here right now, please smash that share button. Please smash that like button so we can tweak this algorithm. If you haven't subscribed already, please go subscribe. Astro Projections 369 on YouTube. I know a lot of y'all are watching on Facebook right now. I need y'all to tap into the YouTube and subscribe. I can't get paid till I get 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm at like 130 something right now. So, help a king out. And you could definitely hit up that Cash App, Astro Vibe Tribe. Don't be scared to donate. I don't care if it's $1, $2, $3. If I brought you some new information or you learned something or found this entertaining today, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and drop me some. Let me see what the comments talking about. Look up streamer, A Time for Judgment. And the title of that one is It's One Big Demonic Royal Bloodlines. Thank you for that info. I'm definitely gonna check this out. What's up, Tracy? I ain't seen you in like a month and a half, man. I'm back. I'm about to drop like 3 podcasts in the next 48 hours. I got one on COINTELPRO and Fred Hampton coming up tomorrow night. I'm going to go live again tonight and do one on the Great Procession, the astrotheology in the Bible. I have a lot of people asking me what my beliefs are, what I believe in. So I'm going to go ahead and start to break some of this shit down for y'all. Um, it's usually religious people that are asking me what I believe in, because when I'm coming at their faith and, what they follow, they want to counterattack me, but they don't know how to. So I'm gonna go ahead and show them what the fuck I believe in and excuse my language. I'm gonna show them what I believe in and what I follow. So if they want to go and try to pick holes in my stuff, they definitely can. Yes, I did get a strike. I was on restriction for 30 days. Then when they took me off of restriction, I was on Facebook restriction. So even if I went live on YouTube, it wouldn't have been able to stream to all my other platforms. So I just took a break. I've been working like 12-hour shifts 6 days a week for the last month and a half. Even the people in my life barely been seeing me. So yeah, definitely. Thank you for tapping in. Please smash that heart button and hit that share button. In this one, I went over, since you're just tapping in, I'll just give a brief recap of everything that I just showed. You go to the beginning. This was the title slide. Then I showed how whoever's mad Ariel's black doesn't know the history of mermaids. Then we went into Mami Wata, an African water deity. She was venerated in West African voodoo, Haitian voodoo, folk Catholicism, Odinani, the Yoruba religion, and Louisiana voodoo. And there's various other religions and countries in Africa who venerated her as a water deity as well. I think Uwe Avabe said in Jamaica they call her, I can't remember what she said, but she said she's also venerated in Jamaica as well. Then I just went over how Starbucks coffee also stole the image of an African water deity, which was a mermaid. The Starbucks logo is taken from the black goddess Yamaya. This is black history you didn't learn in school. And, they'll put the shit right in your face. And then these same people that act like mermaids were never black. So the shit be blowing my mind. So anybody who just tapped in, you all caught up now. And I definitely, River Mama, River Muma. Hey, I've been laughing at myself trying to pronounce all this shit all day. I've been butchering everything. But yeah, so I'm definitely about to look up River Muma as soon as I close this, and then I'm going to look up those Hollywood bloodlines. If anybody has any topics that you want me to touch on in the next coming weeks, don't be shy. You can hit me up or comment on any of my posts and say, do a podcast on this. You know what I'm saying? I'll add it to the list. I got a list of like the next 8 things I'm going to do my podcast on. But I want to start doing some watcher requests, start trying to, personalize my channel. But yeah, I love all of y'all. Y'all already know how my saying goes. Stay true to you, always be you. Nobody can be you better than you. If you out here trying to be somebody else, who's going to be you? The world needs you. The world needs you to play your role, be you unapologetically. And with that being said, I love each and every one of y'all. Y'all have a great rest of the afternoon. I will be going live tonight at 10 o'clock on the Great Procession and Astrotheology in the Bible, baby. Fuck with me. Y'all have a great day. I'm out of here. Love.